What's up guys, TopTierYugioh here, and welcome to the final day of Subterror Weekend, where every day this weekend I uploaded a brand new and different Subterror deck profile. And so just as a little recap, on Friday we did Pure Subterrors, which focused on defense, then making it to the late game where you could out-resource your opponents. On Saturday we did True King Subterrors, which focused on making unbreakable boards turn 1, and then just generally comboing off as much as possible. Well, today we have Zoodiac Subterrors, which are sort of the best of both worlds in my opinion, because you are able to do really strong combos turn 1, such as making Naturia Beast plus Drident, but you also have enough defense to make it to the late game where your Subterrors can again out-resource most of your opponents. And so before moving into the actual deck profile, I do want to show you the main combo that I based this deck around. So for this combo you need Hidden City and Barrage, but if you don't have Barrage, Terror Top works just as fine. The main thing is that you're able to go through your Zoodiac combos, or at least get to a rat, without having to normal summon, because you're going to normal summon what you search off of Hidden City. And so most of the plays are pretty standard, just going through your regular Zoodiac combos. Use Broadbow to search Black Sheep, get Fusion Substitute. The only major difference in this combo is that you're going to use Hidden City to search a Nemesis Warrior. You're going to normal summon your Nemesis Warrior, and then after you use Fusion Substitute, you use Norden to bring back a rat. And then with the rat that you bring back with Norden's effect, you're going to make a Leica. And then with that Leica, you're going to bring back another rat that you detach for the effect. Now that effect's going to be negated and you won't be able to use it for an Xyz monster. But what you can do is tribute it for Nemesis Warrior's effect, and that's going to allow you to get Phosphor Glacier, and which will eventually lead to your Naturia Beast play, because you have Hidden City to flip it. And then the other cool thing about that is then when you do flip the Phosphor Glacier, it's going to bring back your Nemesis Warrior and allow you to make another rank 4, which is going to be your Emerald, so that's going to give you 2 of your draws right there. So again, all you need for this combo is either Barrage or Terror Top plus Hidden City. So you have 3 Terror Tops, 3 Barrages, and you have 6 Hidden Cities. So you have 6 copies of each card that you need for this combo, so it's very consistent, and you see it quite often actually. Okay, so let's move on to the actual deck profile, and today we're going to start with the Behemoth, and because this deck is so good with card advantage, we're going to start with Stalagma because this is the only Behemoth that is inherently a +1 and gives you more cards. So we do play 2 Stalagmas in this deck, very strong. Next we play 2 Umastrix, which is your removal and your defensive Behemoth, and then 1 Phosphor Glacier, which again sets up a lot of your plays. So we can either send Glow Up Bulb, you can send Nemesis Warrior, you can send something you want to bring back with Fiendus. Phosphor Glacier is really useful in this deck, and I did want to make space for a Zoodiac combo because of this. However, I just couldn't quite justify it because you do recycle your resources well enough with Daigusto Emerald. So now for the lower level Subterrors, you play 3 Archers, 3 Fiendus, and then 1 Nemesis Warrior. And so the 3 Fienduses are obvious. Again, you need to play those in every single Subterror build. It's another form of defense and recursion, and it's extremely important to your late game strategy. But however, I think the ratios of Archers to Nemesis Warriors is a little bit unique. And so I sort of broke it down like this. Your major combo requires Hidden City, then Barrage or Terror Top. If you have that combo, then you don't need to hard draw either Archer or Nemesis Warrior. If you only have Hidden City, then Archer is better. And so what I mean by that is if you have Hidden City and Archer, that's better than Hidden City and Nemesis Warrior. So in that situation, it's better to hard draw the Archer than it is the Nemesis Warrior. In the case of just having Terror Top, either one, Nemesis Warrior or Archer, allow you to make the same exact boards, because now you actually have an extra Xyz monster to use for your Fusion Substitute, which is the Invoker. So that is going to allow you to have an extra monster to tribute for Nemesis Warrior's effect, while still going into Daigusto Emerald to get the full 2 draws. And this is actually probably better because you don't have to use Drident to destroy your own Archer, which means your Drident's going to have more material and you're going to have a stronger Drident. So in the case of only having Terror Top, Nemesis Warrior is better, slightly, because you can still make the same exact board with Archer. So then if you only have Barrage, again it's better to have your Archer, because you can use Barrage to destroy the Archer, so you can keep your Barrage on board, and then end your board by going through the full Zoodiac combo, and ending with an Archer plus a Fiendus, which is really good. If you have Nemesis Warrior in that situation, you have to destroy Barrage with its own effect, so you lose the Barrage, but then you also need to leave another monster on board to tribute with Nemesis Warrior's effect, and you can do that using Leica. But to do that, you would have to make that after Fusion Substitute, which means you won't be able to make Daigusto Emerald, so you'll be costing yourself a draw. And in those situations where you don't have Hidden City, I do think it's important to have those extra draws, because you might draw into Hidden City or into a final battle. And so in the case of just having Barrage, Archer is better. Now if you don't have Hidden City, Barrage, or Terror Top, and like you draw 4 Behemoths and then a 5th monster, and that 5th monster is either Archer or Nemesis Warrior, then it's probably better to have an Archer, because at least Archer floats. And so that's 5 different situations. In the first scenario, when you have the combo, you don't need to draw either, but in 3 of the next 4, it's better to have Archer, and then 1 is better to have Nemesis Warrior, and that's why I have a 3-to-1 ratio of Archer to Nemesis Warrior in this deck. So that was sort of my reasoning behind that. Although one thing I am considering is that in the main combo, if you do draw a Nemesis Warrior, it makes your combo better because you don't have to search it, and instead you can search a Fiendus, which will make your play a lot stronger. And so that's another one of my considerations, and so I'm going to put a poll in the top right corner of the screen. Let me know if you think I should be playing any more Nemesis Warriors. But regardless, let's move on with the rest of the deck. So for the Zoodiac engine, we play 2 rats and 1 whiptail. And so this is a really small Zoodiac engine, and I would be open to playing more Zoodiac cards, because any one of them that you open is going to allow you to at least make a Castel on some of your Behemoths, on top of also having the option to do the Luna-like combo and then draw more cards. So the flexibility of the Zoodiac engine, as well as being able to work with your engine as well, your Subterror engine that is really useful. So you can have any Zoodiac monster, like you can just normal summon Whiptail, go on the Broad Bull, search Luna-like Black Sheep, search Fusion Substitute, use Leica to get back another Xyz monster, play Fusion Substitute, and then make a Castel with that Norden. Use Castel's effect on itself in order to summon your Behemoth from your hand, and then even draw an extra card from the Fusion Substitute. So at worst, that's a really solid play. Next we have the Speedroids, 3 Terratops and 1 Takedown Borg. Only 2 hand traps in this deck, 1 Ghost Ogre and 1 Maxi, and then finally 1 Luna-like Black Sheep, and then 1 Glow Up Bulb. For the spells, we play 3 Hidden Cities, 3 Terraformings, 3 Barrages, 2 Instant Fusions, and then 1 Fusion Substitute. All of these I think at this point are pretty self-explanatory. I am considering a 3rd Instant Fusion as well, because it is another starter card. It's going to help you go into your Raijin to some of your Behemoths, but then it's also just another extender as well because you can make Norden. So then for the traps, let's start with 2 Final Battles, and I'm a big fan of Final Battle in general, but however in this build I kept drawing multiples, especially off of the Luna-like play, and it's just generally not good in that situation. But it's also not as good in conjunction with our main combo because we're ending with a Phospho Glacier on the board, which isn't necessarily a good defensive Subterror monster. So it was really only good when you had subpar hands, which is, good to have, but not exactly necessary, especially not at 3. Because I do draw into it a lot, even at 2, because you have Stalagmo, you have your Luna-like plays, you have Emerald. This deck can draw a lot of cards, and so seeing Final Battle isn't really a problem, and so I'm happy with this. Then we have 2-dimensional barriers, and then 1 Solemn Warning. For the extra deck, we play 1 Invoked Raijin. Again, you can summon it off of Instant Fusion, use the effect on itself, and summon Behemoths from your hand. 1 Norden, 1 Naturia Beast. And then for the Xyz monsters, we play 1 Totem Bird and 1 MX Saber Invoker. I did want to make space for a Break Sword, but I just couldn't find the space for it. Most of the Zoodiac Xyz monsters take up a lot of space, but they're all necessary for your combos. For the rank 4s, you have 1 Castel and 1 Daigusto Emerald, and then your Zoodiac Xyzes. So you play 1 Borbo, 1 Tiger Mortar, 2 Broad Bull, 2 Leica, and 2 Drident. At first I didn't think I needed to play 1 Borbo and 1 Tiger Mortar because you don't need both for your main combo, you just need 1 to sort of start things off. But with Ghost Dash everywhere, I really want an extra Xyz monster, especially the Tiger Mortar, if they do negate the first, or one of the effects of Zoodiac Rat Pier. So then I can just go Tiger Mortar, put the rat back as material, and I summon the rat from my deck. Now if there actually was an Xyz monster that was expendable, it would probably be the Broad Bull at this point because you don't need 2 Broad Bull for the main combo. However, there are some games where the second Broad Bull has come up pretty often. But then 2 Leicas and 2 Dridents are definitely necessary, as you use double Leica for the main combo, and then you use 1 Drident, and then of course you're going to go into a second Drident if anything survives. And then for the side deck, we play 1 Stygo Kraken for any of those trap decks, 1 Ghost Ogre and 2 Ghost Ashes for going second. Then we have a Kaiju engine with 1 Godarla, 2 Gameciel, and 1 Kumungus, and then 2 Interrupted Kaiju Slumbers for any mainly True Draco decks. So any deck that can summon monsters that are really difficult to get over, then the Kaiju engine is really useful. And I really wanted to side, or not even side, but main deck a Gagaga Samurai just for this, because you can still OTK people with a Slumber plus a Rat combo. So I really want to play Gagaga Samurai for that reason, but I just didn't think it came up enough in the side deck, and you don't really do it much in the main deck either. And then for the trap cards, you play 2 Quaking Mirror Forces and 3 Solemn Strikes. So similar to the other decks, I really like Quaking Mirror Force against dinosaurs because they only have protection in the main phase. You go into the battle phase and this really hurts them. And again, because we do play triple Archer, we can deal with their board pretty effectively. And the Solemn Strikes are good against the plethora of decks. Something else that I was considering though was Anti-Spell Fragrance, because that will work really well with Stygo Kraken, but also against metal foes just like the Strikes would be. But it also works well against True Dracos and True Kings because they have to sell all their spell cards that they need to get their engine going, and then again you can pop them with Stygo Kraken, or you can just beat them outright. So Anti-Spell Fragrance is something that I do want to try out. Imperial Order is another good option, but the problem with Imperial Order in this deck is that you need Hidden City to be on the field and live. You don't want to have your Hidden City being negated, even though you can out Imperial Order whenever you need it with like a Dryden or something. You just don't want to take that risk. Another good side choice in my opinion would be Different Dimension Ground. That's really good against dinosaurs. But it looks like next format the best deck is going to be Zoodiac True Dracos, and I think my side deck is pretty equipped to handle them. I have hand traps, I have Kaijus, barriers. there's a lot of answers to Zoodiac True Dracos, so I feel really confident in this deck right now. I really like the ratios, and actually it's almost exactly like the Infernoid deck that I've been playing for the past couple of weeks and topped a few regionals with. So I'm really confident in these ratios because I know that it works. But alright guys, that's it for this Zoodiac Subterror deck profile. I really appreciate you guys for watching this video and everybody who tuned in for the entire weekend. This has been a lot of fun for me, and I've really enjoyed getting feedback from a lot of you. And even though this is the end of the weekend, this isn't the last Subterror content I'm going to be uploading. And so eventually I'm going to show you guys those as well. And you guys have given me even more ideas in the comment sections of these different videos that I'm excited to try in the future and then share with you guys in the future. So be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you're notified when I do upload new Subterror content, but also when I upload other content in general. And I'm always striving to improve my own content, improve my own play, which you guys help a lot with your comments, and then also help you guys improve as well. And the best way for me to do that is through uploading more videos. And so you want to be subscribed to the channel so you know when I do that. And then you also want to be sure that the little bell icon is clicked as well so that it goes straight to your notifications rather than being lost in your subscription feed. One thing that I want to test more over the next week or so is lawn mowing Subterrors, because lawn mowing gives you an easier way to send Interrupted Kaiju Slumber to the graveyard, which you can already send to the graveyard with Phosphor Glacier, but being able to mill Interrupted Kaiju Slumber gives you a searchable out to the True Dracos, especially Masterpiece, which I think is going to be the biggest card of next format. And so if True Dracos are going to be as popular as I think they will be, lawn mowing Subterrors are going to be the most equipped to handle that because they will have the easiest access to Kaijus. So that's something that I do want to test in the near future. But as always guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe once again, and I will see you guys later. Those cerulean tides that fire